Hey, what is up there, guys? This is Cobb, and it's about time we put some respect on these little guys right here, man. These Fang boys that we are formatting right now in this here replay, man. This is going to be a very, very Fang-focused video, because these little guys, once they pick up a few solid upgrades, depending on whatever your opponent is picking up, these guys become absolutely insane, man. I've been devaluing the Fangs for a little bit too long, so actually up against a lad here who has rushed a couple of marksmen and got them quite far forward, so it turns out my acolyte positioning here just isn't going to get a lot of value across most of the map. He also has the steel balls, which is why I also went ahead and placed my phoenixes so far back so they can kind of engage a bit late and take out the steel balls, and they aren't really much of a problem, but these marksmen just annihilating my acolytes at the start of the round, well, on the other hand, those guys are going to be a little bit annoying. So I'm already kind of thinking about, alright, my acolytes are too far forward. It's just kind of getting one-shotted. So, yeah, I'm not going to build any more acolytes. They seem like a bit of a waste of time. And I've also got to place my next unit of Fangs in this round in such a way that it's going to kind of buff it against these marksmen. Usually when people build a couple of marksmen really early on like this, it tends... in my experience, it tends to be the case that they're going to build a whole lot more, you know? That they're going to build a couple of marksmen every turn for the first few rounds, you know? So I'm kind of planning against that, man. Fangs do really, really well against those marksmen. We could also have gone Stormcallers here in this round too, just because Stormcallers do trade nicely into the Fangs because of their low movement speed, which they need like a tech upgrade to fix. Stormcallers also do well into marksmen as well, so, you know, I did consider that, but at the same time, his AoE capabilities right now are just so poor, and his ability to take out a lot of units is so poor, that I go ahead and slam a bunch more Fang units. I do this quite badly, however. You can see I place them right in front of the Acolytes, which is like not the best placement. If I could go back and play this match again, I placed them just a couple of tiles ahead of these Acolytes, just to counteract the possibility of enemy Stormcallers, right? Because if he has Stormcallers, they shoot at my front lines, they're just going to kill those Acolytes right away. So, yeah, stacking up my units like that, yeah, they're low-value units. It's not like the worst, most impactful mistake in the world, but in terms of min-maxing, it's just probably not a good idea, you know what I'm saying? Either which way, though, we are able to take up this win again. And as luck would have it, and as the game pans out, our opponent actually is going to pick up Stormcallers in this next round as well. I'm kind of thinking to myself here, okay, he has a lot of little guys, so I'm already eyeing up the Incendiary Bomb here. You know, he's going for a lot of Fang units as well. I'm totally expecting him to go Incendiary Bomb too. I just don't want to invest the cash in a barrier this turn, because even if you lose these early rounds, he actually uses the barrier luck, man. He like predicts me going Incendiary Bomb, and he invests the cash in the barriers. Early barriers like this, spending like 100 cash to win, like around 3, to me, I don't know, bro. Like, it really depends on the composition your opponent's winning. Sometimes if they're running like rhinos and they really need to get early levels on the rhino, and they're going to use an ability to win the round, sometimes it's worth countering it just to stop something like a rhino from spiraling and leveling out of control and becoming like a huge problem. But early on like this, I don't know, bro. So I go ahead, I pick up a couple more Phoenixes here. We level up one of our Acolytes, rank up one of our Phoenix units. And yeah, it's going to be much of the same, apart from the fact the Stormcallers are decimating our poor little Fang boys, man. So yeah, Fangs unupgraded. Their movement speed is slow enough that Stormcallers can pick up the W against them pretty easily, to be honest. The barrier also doesn't get scratched. That's just how hard a Stormcallers decimated our front line down. So at this point, I'm already thinking, okay, bro, I'm probably going to be upgrading my Fang units for movement speed with Mechanical Rage. And the reason for that is, with Mechanical Rage, far fewer Fangs are going to be hit by those Stormcallers. You know, they'll be able to get into range much faster. The missiles just won't be able to connect. And so for that reason, then again, I'm already thinking, okay, super heavy armor, man. Let's do this. So I right now have stacked up, by the way, I just want to point out, both heavy armor and super heavy armor in our items here. So I'm already thinking to myself, this is it, man. I'm pretty sure this is going to be a fortress game. We're going to be building fortresses later on. I'm probably going to be taking into some Fang upgrades, not only Mechanical Rage, but maybe Range, or maybe the Portable Shield. And I'm going to get the super heavy armor and the heavy armor put on a giant unit, probably the fortresses, because they can also produce more Fang units. And so we actually begin that transition right here, man. We rush into that early. I'm fully expecting, by the way, to lose this next round, just because this is an unupgraded fortress. Yes, it's going to have the heavy armor, so that's grand. It's going to be very, very tanky. But besides that, it's not going to be like a game changer on its own right now. It's basically just a glorified sledgehammer. You know what I'm saying? It's just a very tanky sledgehammer unit at this point. It's not really doing a whole lot for us. But there it is, man. There's the mechanical rage upgrade. And again, I gotta stress, I mean, just watch the negligible impact that his Stormcallers are going to have in our front line now compared to last round. Last round, they decimated my Fangs, right? We got completely annihilated, but now I'm actually going to rotate the camera just a little so you can really see the impact that his Stormcallers have in this battle just now. We drop a missile down here on this side just because those guys are getting upgraded. These Fangs get a bit scary. And check out the Stormcallers, bro. The increased move speed on the Fangs makes it so that, yeah, the Acolytes get a little bit clipped because I mispositioned them earlier on. But, like, besides that, that first salvo of rockets just completely misses. And by the time a salvo does land, it's like these guys were already kind of dead, you know? And I'm able to get into range with many, many more of our Fang units. So if we just go ahead and speed this up a little bit. We get kind of decimated on this side. I mean, he's got Mustangs tunneling into us here. They connected really, really well. So that just sort of is what it is. But check out the fortress, dude. This is the point at which I'm looking at its experience right now, and I'm praying to God that it gets level 2. So I'm just watching this experience bar. It's inching up. It's going up. It's going up. A few more little dinks, and there it is, man. So we're going to be able to hit level 2 next turn on this fortress, man. So that's awesome. Even though it goes down here. That's awesome. I didn't expect to win this round at all, man, but turns out that fortress was just tanky enough, and we just about got the kill quickly enough on the command center over here that we were able to pull it off. But yeah, I wasn't expecting to win that round, but it goes our way in the end. Lovely stuff. So at this point, all we're doing is going to be, first of all, I'm going to pick up Missile Strike here. Why? It's free. Yes, it's a bit weaker, but it's free. I know I'm going to need all the cash I can possibly get, because I'm quite broke. I'm going to have like 700 credits right now. I'm going to need to upgrade this fortress to level 2, which we do right here. By the way, it's already got 317k health, bro. 317k health because of the super heavy armor. We buy another fortress here. We're going to slam the heavy armor on this guy as I kind of choose where to position him. And again, as I'm positioning these guys, I'm paying a lot of attention to the range of the Stormcallers, and I want to make sure that the Stormcallers are not shooting at this fortress, right? Or like I was paying attention at last time when I placed him. Same with this guy over here. I want to make sure that that the Stormcallers are shooting at these Fang units first. Because if they shoot at this fortress, then they'll probably hit the fortress and the Fangs behind him, and that's really, really bad. So I am bearing that in mind as I place my fortress units here as well. So he actually responds to the fortress with a melting point, and bro, it annihilates it, like a level 1 melting point. Trades really, really nicely even into this level 2 fortress, and it's just going to take it out. And this melting point is going to hit, watch this, level 2 instantly. You can already upgrade it to level 2, man, from just killing one level 2 fortress, man. So that's a little bit scary, not going to lie. I'm a little bit nervous at this point. Oh my god, is that thing going to get out of control? I'm already planning. Alright, bro. He upgraded it for range. I got to do something about this guy connecting on my fortress unit, you know? I gotta place down some guys to distract this thing and give my fortress time to summon Fangs of its own, which will then provide even more protection against the melting points, you know? Pick up a lightning storm here. I have much more credits to spend this turn. And there it is. We go ahead and upgrade the fortress units for Fang summoning, so they're going to summon 12 Fangs to join the battle every 28 seconds. And it is worth noting that these Fangs will both have Mechanical Rage and the Portable Shield upgrade. So these Fangs are really, really powerful that these fortress units are summoning right now. And I believe I also slammed down another unit of Fangs, like around here-ish. And the plan is to distract both the Stormcallers and the Melting Point, and I'm checking the aggro on the Melting Point just to be certain that it's going to attack these guys, and it looks like it is. And so yeah, I'm pretty confident that with these guys in the front, and then with the fortress summoning extra Fangs, that it feels pretty likely to me that this Melting Point is not going to get to connect. on my fortress here, man. And so this is the game. This is what it's all about, right? It's just about spamming fodder at this point. He can't respond with the Vulcan anymore to these Fang units. At least not without a very high risk of the fortress just two-shotting it. Fortresses trade obviously extremely well into Vulcans if they're able to get into range. So we do a little bit of that. We trade okay now with our ground units, but we're mostly just reliant on this point on the fortresses to take care of things like these Mustang stacks. Before we can start to really upgrade and get some ranks now kind of spammed out on our Fang units, man, so they can trade much more effectively. And so sweet, this is it, you know? The goddamn melting point is all distracted and we're just spawning more and more Fang units from these guys. Dude, this shit reminds me so much of Warhammer 40k, dude. Just a big ass Titan matching behind a load of ground units, you know? I don't know. It's glorious as hell to me. So, sweet. I was really considering here, by the way, picking up Ranged Specialist. I normally love this reinforcement. I normally love this passive, increasing the range of all units by 12. My concern is that he already has a couple of upgraded Stormcallers, and if he was to build more Stormcallers, then my Fang units would actually stop moving sooner, right, than they are right now. If my Fang units stop moving, like here, to start shooting at his guys, then suddenly these Stormcallers actually start connecting again with these Fangs, right? And if he builds a couple more, Stormcallers are a pretty good answer against Fortress barriers, right? Because they can break the barriers in like one missile salvo. So I was kind of playing around that, and I decided to actually skip the range bonus completely, because I want my Fangs to be moving in and distracting these Stormcallers for as long as possible. I don't know if that was exactly the correct play, but that was my thinking behind it, you know? So we go ahead, we slam down another fortress, we pick up a couple of upgrades. These Fangs are starting to get some upgrades on them right now. And it's funny, he's actually responding to what I'm doing with a Rhino, dude. Self-destruct Final Blitz Rhino that he's just going to send in to my fortress unit, I guess to explode and wipe out all of the little guys, such that the melting point will connect. It's not a bad idea, to be honest, but the barrier is going to absorb most of it, and it goes down, I think, much faster than he was thinking against a level 3 fortress. So it doesn't really work out so hot. And now it's just a matter of a goddamn fortress spam, right? This melting point is like his only answer to, to my guys over here, you know? I'm also, I was totally expecting him, by the way, to drop another melting point over here and start to really spread them out and just build more of them. I think that if he had just spammed more Stormcallers to preempt the barriers, and maybe a couple more melting points over these past couple of rounds, he would have had much more luck, you know? But as it stands right now, he just doesn't have the damage to kind of burn through all of the Fang units that we are spamming, right? So yeah, that's grand for us. I decided to go ahead and skip the upgrades again, because I know that, okay, I'm probably buying another fortress this turn, and we're just going to be upgrading a lot of stuff. Like all these Fangs now, we've got some level 3 Fangs over here now with all these upgrades. These guys cannot be underestimated, man. They're popping off, you know? These Fangs now level 2. These Fangs are also about to go up to level 3. And yeah, it's grand. So he's just spamming more Rhinos. I don't know about this, dude. Again, I still think that even if he had built more melting points, by the way, and more Stormcallers, I still think that we just hit a good enough timing with these Fangs that it probably wouldn't matter. Because at this point, I have the time and the space to start upgrading all of these guys to level 3 now. It would be interesting to replay this battle and go for the attack range instead and upgrade these Fangs for the range enhancement too, so they just have insane range. And I'd be really intrigued to see how that actually plays out and how it would have played out. They would be more counted if you went for Stormcallers, but they'd be far less counted if you went for more melting points, you know? I don't know, man. There's a lot of little tweaks that would be kind of fun to replay and see how they would actually play out, you know? Anyways, man, battle kicks off, and as you can see, we just have too many Fang unit boys now, and even that self-destruct, all it does is wipe out the barrier on these Fangs, and they're still safe under these shields. That's the power of, obviously, the portable shield on units like Fangs. Oh my god, yeah, we totally went ahead and slammed the nuke. I actually forgot all about that. I didn't even remark on that shit, dude. Well, there you go, a nuke comes down because I'm thinking, well, we have one round left to win. let's just make sure that we get the W right. This guy gets absolutely detonated. And it's all on the back of our little Fang boys, dude. So, yeah, again, improved range. Could we have slammed him even harder? Maybe. What would you have done in this situation? And how would you have countered this if you were facing, a composition like this, man, by like 10, 5, or 6, What would you do? Let me know down below. For now, thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you all enjoyed. Make sure to like, subscribe, all of that good shit. And I'll catch all of you guys just a tad bit later.